Hello everybody, Northern Hero here. Happy New Year. I hope you all have a great 2022. You know, sometimes it's great to do something new or um, do something what you haven't done for a while on New Year's Day. I had a shaved my goatee off, which I've had for about 5 months, I think. Hope everybody has had a great Christmas. It's always good to see families, isn't it? um, it's always great to go to a carol service. I went to a carol service and it was fantastic. You know, always good to go to a carol service, even if it's not your own church, maybe somewhere else for a change. But mine was really good. Now these shades, obviously they broke. I've still got the handle upstairs, so I might send them off because they weren't cheap sunglasses. These. Unfortunately, I've had a bit of cold this week. Um, it started Wednesday, and I've been not really done much. And today, my legs have really been aching. I've not even had a walk or anything. Not worked. So I'm glad that didn't have any weren't working anyway. So it's probably worked out all right. But yeah, it does get you down, doesn't it, when you've got cold? And then people will say, "Oh, it might be COVID. You're best off having a test." Well, you know, it's best to be safe, isn't it? So I had a test Thursday, I think. Um, Negative. You know, it one of them floor tests thing. What you do at home. Um, Messaged a few friends today saying Happy New Year and that. One of them said, "Hope your health's all right," and or whatever. I said, "It is, but I've got a cold." So he wants me to take another one because he said they're not very accurate. Look, I mean, there's a lot of paranoia, isn't there? If you've got a cold, somebody might think it's COVID. You know, I had COVID over a year ago, and I've got to admit, it were different. I was going dizzy all the time. Had a fever as well. Felt like flu, to be honest. I know people I've had COVID and not a lot of difference between a cold. Do you know what I mean? Um, and also my tongue. I've got like a long COVID after effect. Keep meaning to get it checked out, but when I've looked it up, it's COVID tongue. Getting a bit better, but still not right. To be honest. Earlier on in the year, I was quite depressed with it and that, wondering what to do. Going to the dentist and going to the doctors. I've mentioned it, I don't want to talk about it again. But I just pray that my mouth and tongue will be alright. The taste is. I ain't got a. It seems like there's a coating on my tongue, especially in the morning. I've mentioned it before, and I hope people will be getting on your hands and knees and praying for me because that's what I like to know. It's always good to pray for each other, isn't it? I weren't going to do a video, but I thought, oh, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I pray for great things to come in 2022. Yeah, like, as I was saying, it's great to see family and that and stuff. But I mentioned to somebody, or somebody said to me, "Oh, did you do anything?" I said, "Yeah, it was good to see family." She said she saw her relatives. Um, don't know who it were now. So she says they were on the tablets all the time. Just looking at the tablets they were. She says two teenage girls, and so I said, "Well, it keeps them busy, doesn't it?" She says, "Keeps them busy." She said, "We felt like we were intruding." She said, she was like shaking her head a bit, and I could see she was a bit disappointed because kids these days are glued to the mobile phones and tablets. Now, sometimes I like to have a rest. Sometimes when I watch a film with my mum, I'll leave my mobile upstairs. Can't be arsed. Sometimes we're texting. Sometimes text messages come all at once. No cracker, text back or whatever. So sometimes I leave it in my bedroom on a purpose. So it's hard at work, just for an hour and a half, 2 hours or something. Or sometimes I'll switch it off because it can get addictive. And I was getting very addicted to Facebook. Even though my notifications were off, I kept looking video. It's those videos what play. And then another one plays, doesn't it? And then it's very time consuming. I could be enjoying a game on my PlayStation instead. But since I've come off and having a break, I've been doing more things. Luckily, I've not got a headache, but I have had a headache with this cold, or I wouldn't be doing a video. There's nothing worse than one of those cold sort of headaches. Another day, gosh golly, snot was just trickling down my nose. It was like somebody turned the tap on and couldn't turn the tap off. Do you know what I mean? I had toilet roll in my bedroom. I was just doing that all the time. Getting really on my nerves. But I had some Sudafed. Do you actually realise how many different kinds of Sudafed there is today? There's about 5 different boxes. So from a relative, got me a box and some Lemsips. Although we did have a few Lemsips, but they were running out. This is the worst cold I've had since I had COVID, to be honest. And alright, I did go out for a couple of drinks on Tuesday, but I was quite careful. Everybody seemed alright. I didn't sense that they had something like a cold or out like that. No, I could have picked it up anywhere, couldn't I? Went in, had my mask on. Obviously sit down, had a meal, so couldn't really eat the food with a mask on. Do you know what I mean? So you have to take the mask off, obviously. But a person who were there, a woman who were there, she says her husband weren't well, so but she's come out and I thought, she could have been carrying her husband's bug, germs. Do you know what I mean? It might have been best if she kept in as well, but it's hard to say that, innit? I didn't bother telling anybody, There's been quite a lot of cancellations, I was going to do something every day. See a friend. I got invited to a New Year's Eve sort of party thing. I didn't bother going to that. We're going to go on a walk. New Year's Eve daytime. That got cancelled. Well, when you've got cold, you don't want to be spreading your germs, do you? Do you know, I watched a movie earlier on, and many of you have seen it. It comes on every Christmas. Well, there's more than one actually. It's Indiana Jones. Now, I know they rated PG, but that Temple of Doom, that is really iffy. It was pre-recorded. In fact, earlier on, it was The Last Crusade. Channel 4's been putting them on every day. There's 3 old ones. I don't know if they're putting any of the new ones on. And the Temple of Doom one, there is like a ritual of a false god and that, and they all chanting his name. Anyway, I fast forward that. It were a bit eerie, but later on, um, Indiana Jones, um, he, they make him drink blood, and then he starts turning to them, and then he comes against his wife, and they're gonna like sacrifice her. She's on like this circle thing, and she's going down into very hot lava, and the Chinese kid from the Goonies, he's in it, and he snaps Indiana Jones out of it, and one of the bad guys has got like a, a voodoo doll and pricking it with a knife, and Harrison Ford's back's hurting because he's trying to wrestle these other guys and that. Anyway, rescues his wife and that, or his girlfriend in the film. Now, it is very eerie, and I don't like that bit, and I've never liked that part of it. I found it very eerie. PG, and I don't think it should be PG because it's quite scary. Now, everybody's different. Some Christians might watch it and might think, I don't think no wrong with it, it's only a film. Yeah, it might only be a film, but it's a false idol in the film, what they're worshipping. Do you know what I mean? And it is a little bit similar to that Sherlock Holmes film, What God Told Me to Get Rid Of. There was something satanic on that. And you know when it's God speaking because it's da 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 like that all the time, and you can't. It's in your mind all the time. You can't stop thinking about it. You've got a DVD you need to get rid of, and I was wondering what it were. And God does show you things if you ask. And that film, you know, I don't think I'll be watching Temple of Doom for a while. I don't feel right watching it, and even I know they're classed as classics, and yeah, I'm not saying they're bad films. They've got some good action in, and you know, but like I said a bit ago, I did fast forward the first part of the like worship, the ritual sort of thing in it, but I don't like it. I don't like it like that. You know, there's a lot of Christians that like Harry Potter, and you know, is that a good thing or not? Um, they seem to endorse witchcraft, and the Bible makes it very clear about witchcraft, doesn't it, fans? It's in the Bible, and I've mentioned this to one or two other people, one other, a couple of Christians, and they're on my side. Somebody says, I don't understand how some Christians try to encourage the children to read Harry Potter books. Like I said, there might be good stories and good films, but that's not the case. It's the content. And we have to be very wise, my friends. Some people might not like what I like. Who he likes wrestling and boxing, him. Well, I've always enjoyed it. I've tried to shrug it off, actually. You know, I've tried my best. In fact, I don't like wrestling as much as what I used to, but still watch some of the old classic wrestling matches now and again. The pay-per-views aren't the same anymore. No, I don't watch, so I'm going off it, but I have subscribed to a boxing app, which at first it was only a couple of quid and then it's gone up. So there has been a few good boxing matches on that. You know, there's a few violent things in the Bible, isn't there? So yes, it can be violent and that, but it's something which I have really enjoyed. You know, a few good battles, good fights. In fact, I watched it was Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker a few weeks ago, and that was a great fight. I'm telling you, really enjoyed that. Actually wanted Joseph Parker to win, because I mean, seems like a decent guy, you know, laid back. Well, there's a lot of Christians. I think they're both Christians, them two. Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker. You won't believe how many Christians there is in boxing. There is a lot, and that's great. And I pray for more. Tyson Fury, you know, he spoke about Jesus and that. You know, he might not be perfect. Anthony Joshua, I'm not sure about him. He's mentioned God and that. Who else is there? Oh, there's quite a lot. There's a lot. Big time news. You want to look this up? Marilyn Manson could be a Christian. He's been praying with a few others, or in like a circle or something. Well, he might be going to prison for a long time due to allegations. So who knows? And Kanye West is a Christian, so that's fantastic. Remember that time when I got rid of the Kanye West albums 1 and 2? I prayed for him, didn't I? I prayed for Kanye West, and look what he's become. He's become this sort of like preacher guy. So that is fantastic what the Lord is doing. I'm not saying it's just me. It might have been a word of knowledge, a prophetic word what come to me, and I prayed for Kanye West. I got rid of my Kanye West albums that time because there were 1 or 2 swear words in, and you know, I don't want any of them in the house, do I? Saying that, I've probably got 1 or 2 films with swearing in, you know, content, but I think music's a bit different, isn't it? Music is supposed to be, well, I mean, it varies, there's different genres, but for me, I don't like music with swear words in. You know, especially the F word. It's a very bad word indeed. But there's a lot, you know. Anyway, I thought I'd just mention this, and I just pray, Lord God, my mum doesn't feel very well as well. She felt sick earlier, so we just pray that God will heal my mum and make her feel better in herself. Yeah, I just want to feel better. Just being sat down most of the time. So yeah, I pray, Lord God, for the cold to shift out of me in the mighty name of Jesus. Shift it out of me. And I pray that I will feel much better soon. Excuse me, but sometimes it's good to release farts. You've got to release air or you can have gutsache. So when one's brewing, let it out. There's nobody else about, is there? You know, usually I don't do it in public. Anyway, excuse me for that, just in case if anybody's watching and thinking, oh, he hasn't said excuse me. Well, I've said it now. Anyway, I'm Northern Hero, and I pray for a blessed year ahead. A blessed year, and for God's goodness to work in your life. Yeah. I want to get stronger with God. I want to start watching more preaching as well. Because when I used to watch more preaching and that, you know, it does educate you a lot. I've been watching one or two actually this evening. Ray Comfort, you know, is quite bold. He does talk about sin a lot, but he does talk to one or two strangers who he meets up with, and he asks them all these questions. And yeah, it's good to be like that, but you've got to have the right words as well. You've got to be equipped to do that. Street preaching as well. It's not for everybody. You know, I pray, Lord God, that you will protect all the street preachers in the mighty name of Jesus. Anyway, I'm going. Northern Hero, have a blessed day. Bye. See you soon. Northern Hero 099 on YouTube, the blessed channel.